Over the last year, I've been talking a lot about the direction of Six Flags. We knew the new CEO, Selim Bassoul, wanted to take the chain down a different path, and about a year ago, they blew up their membership system, suddenly getting very expensive. I said it was stupid to raise the price before raising the quality of the parks, and people weren't going to pay more for a discount product. They had a couple bad quarters, and it seems like Selim Bassoul has changed course a little bit. On March 1st, Six Flags announced their additions for 2023. Selim Bassoul said, "These new attractions are an exciting opportunity to ramp up the joy of our parks to a whole new level. We can't wait to share these fun and thrilling experiences with our guests, giving them reasons to visit us multiple times a year. We look forward to welcoming everyone to explore our parks, discover something fresh and exciting, and create new memories with their families." Today, let's break down these additions, talk about how they feed into Selim Bassoul's new vision for the chain, and rank them up from worst to best. By my count, there are new things coming to 9 different parks, so let's count them all down. Number 9 is Six Flags Whitewater. This is the water park in the Atlanta area, about 20 minutes from Six Flags over Georgia, and they're getting Caribbean Cove. This is a new interactive water complex, not only with 25 interactive water stations, but also has 4 slides. Anytime a water park can add new stuff, especially of the interactive variety, that's always a good thing. Number 8 is Six Flags Great Adventure. They announced Splash Island for Hurricane Harbor, and it's geared towards kids. This will have a treehouse with a lot inside of it, over 50 things to interact with. It'll have mini slides, curtain waterfalls, and a water bucket that'll dump water on kids every so often. This will also have 14 other slides for kids. This is a good addition. It'll encourage parents to take their kids to the park in the summer, but to me, this seems like a precursor to next year. That's when they'll be celebrating their 50th anniversary, and they'll pour money into that. I don't know if that'll mean a new coaster. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I think they're holding back to unleash the beast for 2024. Number 7 is Six Flags New England. This one is a different take for Six Flags. Dino Off-Road Adventure. Based on the description, it sounds like Dinosaurs Alive at the Cedar Fair parks, just inside a ride vehicle and not on foot. Six Flags calls this an unprecedented attraction, so that could mean unprecedented for the chain. Or maybe this takes Dinosaurs Alive to the next level. This will have life-size animatronic dinosaurs, interactive guides, educational elements, immersive environments, and cutting-edge audio. So far, this is the first one that has broken away from your normal Six Flags editions, and even though Splash Island was for kids also, this is a clear attempt to add something for the whole family. Number 6 is Six Flags Mexico. They're introducing a bunch of events this year. There's the Heroes and Villains Fest, the Music and Party Fest, and the Gaming and Coaster Fest. Not a lot of details on this, but Heroes and Villains is just described as a colorful experience. Music and Party Fest will be a daytime event at the water park and have live music, and Gaming and Coaster Fest will immerse you into a virtual world. They're also advertising their fun walks. That just sounds like they're gonna open up restaurants and rides after hours. They must have had some information saying that guests here really want more events. We don't see anything like this coming specifically to any other park, but these kind of things can breathe life into a park, and these, once again, are family friendly. Number 5 is Six Flags Over Texas. For the 4th year in a row, they're advertising Aquaman Powerwave. This was supposed to open in 2020, originally without a turntable, but they decided to add one. This pushed the ride back one more year, after losing the first 2 because of COVID. I don't love this addition for a park that could use a good new coaster, but I do love the turntable. This ride would have terrible capacity without it, but now they can run 2 boats at a time and that'll take away some of the pain. This will still get a huge line. Not only because it's a water ride and it's in Arlington, Texas, but because it's right in the front of the park. You enter the park, turn right, and pretty much right there, you got your entrance. For those of you who don't know, this is a launched water shuttle coaster. About 2,000 feet of track, 2 towers at 150 feet, forward and backward sections, and it ends with a giant splash. It may not be my kind of ride, but I think this will be very popular, and I love that they addressed the capacity issue. Number 4 is Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. In recent years, they've been focused on adding small-scale coasters. This was fine. They don't need big capacity machines, but now they can finally move on. This is more than just a thrill park. It also has a whole wildlife section. This year, they're opening 2 animal attractions. The Rainforest Trail will be a walkthrough attraction. Set in a tropical environment, you got butterflies, fish, a sloth, and it's part of a renewed effort to focus on the animal side of the park. They're also opening the Shark Experience. This is going to be another walkthrough attraction. It'll have educational elements. It'll have an underwater tunnel with a 300,000 gallon tank all around. and you can see fish, stingrays, and of course, sharks, several species of them. Animals are part of Discovery Kingdom's identity, and although it seemed like they were moving away from that over the last 10 years, Six Flags wants to bring it back to attract families. To me, it's a natural fit and it makes a lot of sense. Number 3 is Six Flags St. Louis. They're getting their first new coaster since 2013, their first ground-up coaster since 2008. And no, it's not an RMC Raptor, it's not a B&M Hyper, it's a Vekoma Junior coaster. It has some decent height, standing 41 feet, 843 feet of track, and maxes out at 27 miles an hour. It has a twisted drop, a 270-degree turn, then a helix, and that's pretty much it. It's gonna have a Formula 1 theme, and it's gonna be perfect for kids. Of all the major chain parks in the country, this is one of the few that had no coasters for kids. It seems like such a cheap slam dunk addition, but for some reason, St. Louis hasn't had one since 2006. That's when Rock and Roller closed, and they never gave the kids another coaster to ride. Rookie Racer changes all of that. I know this park is desperate for a new thrill coaster, but this was a glaring gap in their lineup they finally filled. It's not the best looking family coaster, but the kids will love it, and that's all Six Flags wants. Number 2 is Six Flags Over Georgia. Just like St. Louis, this park is lacking when it comes to kids coasters. They do have the Joker Funhouse coaster, but that's more of a family coaster. This year, they're getting Kid Flash Cosmic Coaster, a Skyline Biscotti Bowl coaster. This is two coasters intertwined. One is 25 feet longer than the other. Very similar, but still different, as the trains play off each other with a bunch of crossovers. This will have a 36-inch height limit, same as Joker Funhouse, and if it really has that lightning track and it's working, that will be awesome. This is actually an LED light package. It can make the track all kinds of different colors, so for a kids coaster, that adds to the appeal. In a perfect world, this park would get something more intermediate, like a Gerstlauer or Maurer spinner, maybe a Gravity Group Family Woody. But I think this bolsters their lineup, and once again, it's something to get kids and families coming to the park. But let's face it, there's only one burning question here. Is this 1 or 2 credits? You can argue either way. I think both sides have solid ground. Number 1 is Six Flags Fiesta Texas. Once again, this park is getting the most new stuff. Just a year after they got the first B&M in the chain in 10 years, they are also getting the Kid Flash Cosmic Coaster. This is exactly the same ride as Over Georgia. And to be perfectly honest, I think we're gonna see 2 or 3 Six Flags parks add these for 2024. With 2 tracks, it's a good capacity family coaster. But because it's Six Flags, it makes me wonder how often the LEDs will be working, and how often they'll have both sides open. From my experience, Fiesta Texas is the best run park in the chain, and Over Georgia is on the other end of that spectrum. It'll be interesting to see how these 2 clones differ this year. That's not all for Fiesta Texas. They're also getting E6 Gaming, a 5,000 square foot esports arena, including 50 gaming stations, 5 console stations, a live event stage for tournaments, and more. This seems more geared towards teenagers, the group that Six Flags seems to want to drive away, but it still sounds like a cool addition. Definitely something different. One more thing here. Hurricane Harbor is getting 11 water slides for kids, so just about everything coming to their water parks will be geared toward the younger crowd. A couple other things that are coming to a whole bunch of different parks. First, Screen Break. This is a 14-night after-hours event, lasting from mid-March to mid-April. I must say, this is weird, but kind of genius at the same time. This is a way for them to earn money, since passes and memberships won't be valid. This will start at 9 p.m. and end at midnight. Discovery Kingdom shows 7 to 10, and it's basically Fright Fest in the spring. There's going to be haunted mazes, scare zones, and of course, some of the rides will be open. The prices vary by park, but just looking at Magic Mountain, it's $40 for one day. If you want to pass for the whole event, it'll be $160, and you can get into the park starting at 7:30. If you're interested in this, check out your park's website. The hours and the pricing and the details aren't going to be the same everywhere. I don't know how many people are going to want to pay extra for this, especially pass holders who are already paying way more than they used to, but I can see this being successful. People love Fright Fest. They already pay extra money for those wristbands to get into the mazes, so why not expect the same thing for spring break? Going into summer, there are going to be other events focused on food. Flavors of the World, Viva la Fiesta, and Blues, Brews, and Barbecue. This will bring some variety into the parks, and it's something Six Flags can monetize by selling food and beer. They're also advertising Fright Fest and Holiday in the Park, of course, but they are bringing back Oktoberfest for another year. That'll come with music and entertainment, along with food and beer, of course. And this year, once again, they're bringing back Kids Boo Fest. They have always had kid-friendly events before Fright Fest, but this year it seems more organized. This will have trick-or-treat trails, costume contests, pumpkin decorating, and shows. I know a lot of the new stuff for 2022 was already planned before Selim Bassoul became CEO, so this is really the first glimpse into his vision. On my Burning Questions video, my #1 question was around Six Flags and what Selim Bassoul was going to do. I was thinking more so what was coming for 2024, but lucky us, we get to find out even sooner. I can see where he's going with this. Of the 9 parks getting something new, only Over Texas is getting something that's not geared towards families, and that's because Aquaman is a carryover from 2020. Fiesta Texas getting E6 gaming is also kind of outside Bassoul's agenda, but they're making up for it with the new kids coaster and the kids water slides. The gaming center is probably going to be funded by the gaming companies, getting people to preview their products. Family rides, walkthrough attractions, educational exhibits, shows, festivals. This is a new side of Six Flags, and I think it can work. If it will work, I think that comes down to a question of quality. Will the effects on Kid Flash work? Will it always race? Will the dino ride at Six Flags New England be cheap? Or will they invest the money into making it good? Same with the animal exhibits at Discovery Kingdom. Same with the events at Six Flags Mexico. They all may bring people in up front, but will these get people to come back is the question. These additions do pretty much nothing for thrill seekers, or teenagers and young adults, so they're gonna have to dazzle families into having a great time and wanting to buy a season pass. I've said it in the past, Six Flags should stop trying to be something it's not, but given the proper execution, I think Selim Bassoul can pull it off. I think he botched his first year as CEO, and the numbers reflect that. So now that we get to see his plan in action, it'll be fascinating to see how it ends.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
That's all for this video. Let me know if you have any thoughts on these 2023 editions, what you think of the new strategy, and if this has any chance of working like Selim Bassoul wants it to. Before you go, don't forget to drop a like, and if you're new here and love coasters, please give me a sub. Also, check out my links below for my Discord server, and my second channel where I post copyright-free off-ride footage, and my baseball channel if you're also a baseball fan. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.